When I first had the idea for the Pure brand, the goal was to provide a great quality product at not just a price that was affordable, but a price that was fair. And I feel like we've done that with the different socks and sleeves that we currently have on offer, but I also wanted to expand that into as many other products as possible that are just a little bit more expensive than they need to be, which is why in today's video, I am pleased to announce Pure Grip player gloves, available now for just $13.99 a pair at puregripsocks.com. First things first, let me explain what these are even for those that might not know. And I want to make it 100% clear that these are not goalkeeper gloves. Instead, they're gloves designed for outfield players to wear in colder weather conditions for, one, keeping your hands warm, but if you've ever worn gloves without grips, it's very slippery on the ball, which is why we've added grips on the palms so you can grip the ball really nicely for throw-ins. And I want to be clear in saying that we haven't exactly reinvented the wheel here, but what we are offering is a player glove that matches the quality that you're going to find from the bigger brands, available at a much lower price. And we've also made some subtle tweaks that I think make this glove a particularly attractive option. The first thing I wanted to make sure of is that the gloves looked good. So you can see we went with a black material with mismatched Pure logos on both the left and right hand, and then went for a little bit of flash with the white grip texturing that you have pretty much across the entire palm, including the fingers as well as the extended cuff. The material they're made out of is extremely soft and very comfortable, and then even has a softer internal liner, both for the sake of comfort as well as overall warmth. Also on the topic of warmth, we decided to go with an extended cuff, which is quite a bit longer than the average field player glove, not only because it's warmer when you're actually wearing them, but it's nice that they're long enough to where when you're wearing a long sleeve shirt, which you likely will be wearing when you're wearing gloves like this, you can actually tuck the cuff into the sleeve and not have any exposed skin around the wrist area. Fit is also something that I spent a lot of time on because I think it's super important that the gloves fit really snug, not just in terms of feel, but also in terms of looks. And a lot of companies making field player gloves tend to do this one size fits most approach, or even just do two sizes. I've opted for three. So you can get these gloves in small, medium, and large. There's a sizing chart on the website, puregripsocks.com, directly on the product page, where you can take a measurement and see exactly which size is going to work best for the size of your hands. And just as a reference, the size that I'm wearing right here is a medium. On the palms, I opted for a really dense grip pattern that has tons of coverage, because a common problem that I find with a lot of field player gloves that I've had over the years is that they tend to only put grips maybe on the fingertips or just on a little section of the palm. And while there is some grip there, there's typically not enough. So I went with this as much grip as possible approach, which I think is the best way of doing things. So you have coverage on the fingers, on the palms, and then because we extended the cuffs as well, I figured it makes sense to extend the grip all the way to the base of the wrist. So even if the ball were to slide a little bit as you were doing a throw-in or something like that, if it fell down, you'd still have that extra grip there so you don't drop the ball. And then as somewhat of a convenience feature, I added touchscreen friendly material on the tip of the thumb as well as the tip of the index finger. So if you needed to check your phone or something like that, you don't have to take your gloves off. So if you're sick of having cold hands and looking for a pair of player gloves that look good, feel good, work well, and won't break the bank, check out Pure Grip player gloves, available now at puregripsocks.com. And I know I've said this before, but I'm going to continue to say it. Thank you so much for your support of the Pure brand. Genuinely, none of this would be possible without you. And I do recognize that these are releasing at a time where it's not exactly the winter season in most parts of the world, but I think that's also something that I'm looking to solve as an issue in the player glove department, where they tend to be available very seasonally, and you're limited in terms of choice and also limited in terms of how much you have to pay for a decent pair of gloves. The goal is to make these readily available all year round, although do keep in mind that this initial release, they are only available in limited quantities. Also, because I know a lot of people will ask, on the topic of shipping, we do ship worldwide, and if you're wondering what the shipping rates are, add the items that you want to the cart and then go through the checkout process. Once you put your address in, it'll give you all of the different shipping options that are available, as well as the rates for said individual options. Once again, thank you so much for your continued support of the Pure brand. This is a project that means more to me than you guys could ever know, and I can't wait for you guys to try Pure Grip player gloves. Again, available now in limited quantities at puregripsocks.com. Thank you so much for watching, and more really cool stuff coming soon. If you want to be updated on that, Pure Grip Socks on Instagram. Make sure you're following if you aren't already.